Hey there, and welcome to the Melting Pat Podcast. I'm your host, Pat, and on this show, we explore a little bit of everything from taking your questions and answering them to navigating parenthood, yelling about sports, and even sharing some awesome music by independent bands from around the world. And of course, we always crack open a cold one while we're at it. Now, as you may know, I've been working on improving my reading out loud skills. So for today's episode, I thought we could start by taking some of your questions and practicing reading them out loud. What do you say? Here's one. Hey, Pat, what is your favorite thing to grill during the summer? Well, that's a great question. Personally, I love grilling burgers and hot dogs, but I also like to mix it up with some grilled veggies like zucchini or bell peppers. What about you, folks? What's your favorite thing to grill? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's move on to our next segment. Navigating parenthood. As a dad myself, I know how challenging it can be to raise kids, especially during a pandemic. But one thing that's helped me is finding some fun and creative activities to do with them. Recently, we made a homemade bird feeder using some materials we had lying around the house. It was a great way to spend time together and teach my kids about nature. Speaking of spending time together, let's talk about sports. Now, I know some of you might not be big sports fans, but for those of us who are, it's been a wild year so far. The Olympics, the NBA playoffs, and the Euro Cup have all provided some great moments of excitement and drama. Personally, I've been rooting for my hometown team, the Chicago Cubs, even though they've been struggling this season. And finally, let's end things on a high note by sharing some awesome music by independent bands from around the world. Today, we're featuring a band called the Electric Gypsies, who hail from Australia. Their new single, Electric Love, is a rockin' tune that's sure to get your feet moving. All right, that's it for today's episode of the Melting Pat Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time for more fun and games. Until then, keep on melting.